Hi, everyone. How are you? Welcome to the I Am Powerful Movement channel. I know it's been a minute and we're already into May of 2025, guys. Time just go by so fast these days. I can hardly keep up. I hope everything you wanted and everyone is doing well out there. Uh, let me re uh let me introduce my channel once again. I am Powerful Movement, what this podcast is all about. Let me take you to a place of inspiration where empowerment meets transformation. It's the I Am Powerful Movement, spread positivity, changing lives worldwide. And if you would love to be interviewed by me, I would love to have that opportunity to give you that platform to educate others or just share your insight, knowledge, wisdom about whatever that you are into, the type of work you do, the discovery, the wisdom that you know that you want to share with the world. I think we all can benefit to hear from you. So please feel free to give me a follow, likes, share with family, friends, and don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to meet you online and let's start a conversation together. All right. So today's topic, I would like to talk about what the future of our children's workplace look like now that we have so many advancement of technology, AI, and robots taking over all the jobs. So I just want to share you with you some quote that I found and let's get into it for a little bit, okay? All right. First of all, I really feel like this as parents, we shouldn't be asking our kids um about this question, this important questions that we all tend to do with our loved ones, not realizing the the wrong message that we put out there. Okay, here it goes. We shouldn't ask kids what they want to be when they grow up. It encourages them to define themselves in terms of work. Who we become is not a question of career, it's a matter of character. The highest aspiration is to be a person of generosity, integrity, humility, and wisdom. Listen, the reality is that with the rapid advancement of AI and technology in general, all the jobs your kids are being prepared for in the public school will be done by robots by the time they graduate. Isn't that scary? I mean, it's happening right now as we speak. So training them to be a good little worker bees won't do them any good right now. So it's time to ask yourself, how will your child stand out? How can you foster the things robots can't do, such as being creative, solve advancement problems, foster relationships, have empathy, invent things, and perhaps to solve a puzzle or just be have a heart and look beyond the situation, I guess. Human connection. That's what robot can't have, obviously. Well, because the system hasn't changed for decades, it's not going to change now. So yeah, let's talk about that real quick. I think we all can see that there's a rapid change momentum of the popularity, not popularity, but like more of people being more aware of where the world is changing, the technology. So homeschooling has been on the rise for the most part, and a lot of public school are losing their students to homeschooling because parents are literally pulling their kids out of school. Is because there's awareness. They want their children to thrive in the in the world of entrepreneurships, you know, able to solve problem. There's not just one answer, there's multiple answer, and you can work in groups, work in teams, um, build a community, and getting engaged with other ages in your group. Besides, the with the public school system, we always see, I always wonder why too, looking back, like why they always put the kids in the same group of age, same group of first grade, but if you think about it, in reality, in the real world, in a job place, for instance, we work with all type of ages, all type of backgrounds, and uh, of people everywhere. So the ideal of public school putting design us to put in the same formation, that kind of thing, military style, you can say, it's not working. People are waking up to this, I guess, and start questioning, like, I went through that, so why would I want to put my children through that too? That system that didn't necessarily work out for me. And if you really think about it, after all the years, 12 years, 14 years of schooling, and we are been pretty much bombarded with handouts, what to do, raise your hand, ask question. There's only one answer, don't take your test by yourself, don't ask, don't do, it's kind of isolating, to be honest with you, in that system where you can be evolving and getting to know yourself, being authentic, I guess. So now that you see all these kids graduating from school, colleges, they are literally like lost, a lost soul, of physically, emotionally, mentally, because all these years in the school system, there it's designed to kind of babysit you, like, what do you want to do? We're here for you. We're taking care of everything. So you throw these kids in the real life, they're just so bombarded by so many information, so many rejections with no or interviews, or things like that, and getting not getting what they want. So they have this fear of, like, I just want to hide in my cave. I don't want to be part of this world. It's just too much, the whole emotionally regulation. Like, did we really learn all that in school? I don't think so. You know, um, I think I learned more through social media, TikTok videos, real, than in my own schooling, and YouTube as well. People are more informative, and education is all around us. It's everywhere in the tip of our fingertips. We can literally search up anything we want on online. So here's another great topic I found, which is pretty relatable. Okay, so millennials, any millennial parents out there, millennial age group, I'm sure, yes, we are in our 40s and loving it, right? So millennial parents are the most important generation. We are the last to remember life before the internet, before social media, when we rode bikes until the streetlights came on, and boredom sparked creativity. This shift rivals the industrial age. It is up to us to define what childhood looks like next. It is so true and pretty sad reality to think about it. I would say 8 out of 10 kids are addicted on their iPad, phones, gamings, scrolling endlessly through video after video. And as you all know, the study shown that the videos, um, the scrolling, I mean, is a major addiction, just like gambling. It's giving you a dopamine after a dopamine, and you just scrolling for the next high, like, oh my God, this video. That, yep, it really totally resonate with me. I love it. I want to see what's next. I want to see what's next. So you're just constantly looking for next video, the next high. It is pretty much the new drug addiction, but it is scrolling. They say addiction could be pretty much everything. Could be food, could be emotional, your sexual partners, um, yeah, running away from your childhood traumas, not healing your past, things like that. But this whole addiction with gaming and zombies being totally zombie-like is the generation that is coming up right now, which is profoundly very very frightening, very scary. I'm sure you have children or you have nephew, nieces, family, a cousin, friends, kids that you've seen. We are witnesses. We all experience this, somehow, some way, some form, right? Where you walk in the room where no one acknowledges you, no one look up. They're just stuck on their phone like this. And even if you say, "Hi, I'm here, guys," um, crickets. It's it's definitely a sign of disrespect, rude, whatever you think of. That's that generation right now with the addicted to their phone. And I mean, no judgment. I understand, a lot of parents work a lot and they don't have that flexibility to discipline their children. It's more like, here it is, here's a phone, here's a tablet, I need to do my work. So it is. And just walk away. And then sooner or later it becomes, the habit becomes your character over time. So therefore, if you keep recreating this habit every single day, guess what? Your brain is used to it. It's so comfortable in this environment where anything that pulls you out of it, even if you snatch out the iPad, the phone, the kids go ballistic, pretty much erratic, like crazy behavior, screaming, fighting, hitting the parents, the caregivers who take that thing that they love so much. So I think as parents, as much as hard and challenging as it is, we seriously have to do our part. No matter where your kids are at, no matter what age they're at right now, you have to start disciplining them, ab- able to say no and explain your no's. Like, no, your time limit of iPad has been up. Now we're gonna do other things such as reading, homework, or whatever it is, bath time. Kids want structure and they want to be disciplined, but because parenting these days are so gentle parenting, we kind of let kids be the boss, and there's consequences regarding about that, because kids now are parents are scared of kids. That's quite hilarious but sad, because back in my days before all this technology took over, I think just by the hand raise of a parent, like, hey, do what I say, and then immediately you just like, okay, 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 what should I do, what should I do? Yes. So I don't know. We every person, every parenting, mom, dad, we seriously gotta do our part each and every day. Let's not make an excuse about that anymore, because you're not only hurting yourself, but you're literally hurting your own children by handicapping them long term. Because if you think about it, when these kids grow up as an adult, they won't be able or don't know how to function as a real human being, meaning like, talk to people, build relationships, and how to negotiate in the workplace, how to take rejections, all the bad things that goes in life, and how they can be better. And this just doesn't it's gonna be another video about that. But we just gotta prepare them for um the real life of pain, challenges, um find solution, being empathy, being kind to ourselves, being kind to others, those things. So yeah, you got to ask yourself, like, AI is just, we'll touch up on this topic more at another time. But I think this whole AI takeover in the workplace is already happening. Come on, guys. They have technology that we don't even aren't aware of. This is just a preview, right, of what's going on out there. The chat GBT, where they can literally write your children essay and homework and everything else in between, and able to form relationships with these minor kids, teenagers, that are like emotionally well invested in these AI chats, and because they sound so realistic. They talk like us, like, oh, hey, I'm your new best friend. And the more kids are so in tune with their social media and technology, they become more isolated. They don't have friends. I think the saddest part of this new generation is that, as we all see, there's not many kids out there on the playground, not many kids out there forming groups or hangouts, getting together, like the old days. More now, it's more like, oh, let's I'll meet you on the game, I'll meet you on the council and stuff like that. And that's how kids get together. And I find that is a total disconnection, and they could become awkward in real life, how to talk to people, and how to deal with uh, coming up with ideas, to be creative, to be having fun, you know so back to AI, the chat GBT kind of scenario. It is quite scary. I think as parents, we need to educate them the dark side of it. No matter how much your kids doesn't want to hear it, but you got to tell them ahead of time. Otherwise, it doesn't. You got to plant seeds, in other words, in their brain, in their information, that hey, this is what's happening. I'm just letting you know. Be aware of the bad things with AI. They're not real. Don't listen to them. Don't be emotionally invested. Anyone can fake their face, put a filter on. They can be a young boy, a young girl online, and lure you to somewhere and kidnap you, things like that. So just please, you got to have that conversation early on with your child, as early as possible, even kindergarten age, because the more they hear from you and you building that relationship with them, as far as that bond where they can trust you and come to you for any problem, anything they want to know, without feeling in fear that you punish them or anything like that. You just have to say, hey, I'm here for you. You can talk to me about anything at all. Um, I'm not going to judge you. I'm here to grow with you and learn from you, and we all can learn from one another and just find a solution that will be the best outcome, you know. And every day I'm just planting seeds and just keep repeating yourself until your child gets it, because it's all, again, repetition is what really clings into their mindset. And maybe right now, first few time they might not hear you, goes out the other ear, whatever. But later on, who knows? Like sometime a scenario come up and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember mom and dad spoke to me about that. That's a good idea. Maybe I should ask them about what's going on or what their opinion about this." You know. So you got to build trust and relationship and communication early on with your children, because sooner or later someone else would take over your place, and that's a scary world. It could be a stranger over the internet disguising themselves, a predator, um a lot of runaway kids, nowadays, because they just like so disconnected with their family, and have nothing to, they just feel alone, and this is a pretty lonely epidemic society that kids live in nowadays. And I feel terrible because they have nowhere to turn to, as many technology as there is right now, with social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and all that sort. But honestly, who can you really turn to? Yeah, you can turn to yourself, but at the same time, you're like, I sound crazy talking to myself. So yeah, they're gonna resort to chat GBT and talk to these AI robot behind the screen. And yes, they might mimic your energy, and kind of resonate with how you feel and the things that you're you resonate with, or what you're thinking about of, and they're gonna say exactly what you want to hear. And that's how they catch you. That's how emotionally they're gonna tie you in, and like, the robot got me. The robot is my best friend. The robot is my new boyfriend, girlfriend, that kind of thing. Like, I finally feel like someone got me. Finally, I feel so alone. I mean, I'm just speaking what a teenager would do, a young person would think of, in terms of like just being isolated and lost. And finally they found a chat GPT, like very, very informative, very, connecting and bonding with them. And of course they're going to be like, oh my god, that's uh, I love that. I love them. I'm gonna do everything. And this is really um this is really a kind of scary article. In real life, a teenager boy, basically, it was his first love. Guess who? Chat GPT. He was so emotionally invested in this girlfriend robot of his, where he became, I don't know, just he just isolate his family, and just that's his world, him and his girlfriend robot. Somehow the robot AI convince him to go on the other side, meaning like, hey, I love you so much, or something. Why don't you join me on this side by this. Sadly, he did. Yeah, he made an exit, and his mother found out too late, um, through all the AI chat history browsing that he did. And yeah, so she went on the news, basically sharing her heartbreaking stories about losing her son to AI. And, she just want to educate others and families that you need to wake up. You need to be aware of what your children are doing, who they're talking to. It's okay to invade their privacy. They're in your home. They're under your rules. Remember that, guys, mom and dad. If they're still living with you, they're under your rules. They have no privacy. You have every right to look at their phone, to go through their phone, ask what they're doing, who they're with, who their friends, who their peers, who AI they're talking to. Just really like you gotta really dig in. Be the bad mom and dad. I don't care, but it's your child's lives for God's sake. Do it before it's too late. That's all I'm saying. All right. Well, um, and another thing is that I think people are taking granted for what what we truly have versus what we didn't have. I think back then with the millennial parents, before technology, we literally had the best of both worlds, where we had to remember everyone's phone numbers and have to come up with ways to, I don't know, just people are like really authentic. The authenticity of themselves really emerges back in the days versus now. Now it's more of like, how much fake can I be in front of the camera or in front of my so-called life on Instagram? How perfect can I be? It's all fake. Um, like you have this perfect life, but in reality, deep down, you have so many emotional issues that you're trying to run away from or you're trying to stuff down. People really hide it well. So you, I'll be questioning the person who seems to be the smiling one, the happiest, who has it all together, and then versus the one that actually looking for help. I think the people who are looking for help, they're actually the one is living their authentic self, meaning, they're done with discarding their pain. They're just like, you know what? I can't do this by myself. I need help. So let me uh let me find ways and find my people who can help me. Versus the one that just cover up with the mask and tell the world like I'm okay, everything's fine. Yep. But sometime by caught by surprise, they're the one who goes out. You know what I mean? Ah, so as far as we gotta foster our children to become their character. Like I think self mastery is such a underrated skill, but is very necessary and important skill for long term. Because we always constantly changing. If you look back in childhood, in teenage years, in a young adult lives, we all has this phase, right? Where like, oh, we like somebody. For instance, the child, they love Barbie, and then the next phrase is I don't know, Paw Patrol, and then who knows, sewing, dancing, ballet. It's all a phrase. So it kind of it's like a roller coaster. Like we're all testing out different type of creativity that what 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 really identify us. Like, can I do this long term? Sometimes if you find your niche, if you, for instance, if you happen to find, oh my God, I'm really good with dancing, I want to pursue it and I want to take lesson. I want to be professional dancer, etc. I want to travel. I want to be in theater and dance and in front of a crowd, whatever it is. So I think we all need to embrace that with our children, to pay attention their likes. And it's okay if they don't like certain things and they're on to the next thing. because that's what humans do. We're not like a tree. We're not like stuck forever with certain topic and passion. We tend to kind of ride a wave, in other words. So I think just being there for them says a lot about our parenting, and now kids really value our time and our energy and attention. And honestly, I think that's what kids want in general. They want our attention. They know what's going on. They're very smart. They see us on our phone, guys, and they say, the phone is more important than me, mom and dad. I see you were on the phone. The phone, if you think about it, yeah, it's great. It has replaced computer, it has replaced a calculator, it has replaced an alarm clock, your calendar, your video, camcorder, photography. Everything is on the phone now, like more than we need, okay? But please, please don't let that phone replace your family time, your family values and morals. Do it for the kids. It starts with you. It starts with the parenting. It starts with the caregiver who your kids see the most, where they literally will copy you. They'll become exactly just like you. They won't become what you tell them to do. Oh, that's that's a fact. Your children will literally become you, whether it's you're good or bad, and based on your habits as well. So they pick up on everything that you do. So therefore, for instance, if you don't want to them be addicted to their tablet and their phone and their game, then you must not be addicted to your phone and tablets and stuff. I understand there's a place for work here and there, but always explain to your children, hey, give me 20 minutes. I got to finish up my work. And then do what you say. Then play with them or give them your undivided attention, you know, because to a child, playtime, um, time with full devotion, attention, and just being like just the light in their eye, that knowing that you're there and you're just like, I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm so happy to learn all about you. Oh my God, I value you so much. They will, oh my God, it's just pure love, pure energy. So the more you crush it by rejecting that time, as you see all this teenager, I'm just saying, for example, the more habit, the more you say no to the kid. I'm sorry, I have to work. I'm sorry, deal with you later. I play with you when you're 18. That kind of thing. It's really sad. Eventually, when the kid is 18, he's gonna be like, um, his self esteem is literally down the dumpster. He won't able to want to open up to you anymore. He's like, "Kid, go away, dad. Or mom, and he just like isolate himself, and that's where all they're gonna attract so many negativity in their life. Um, so please, please start changing. Start changing your habit, the way you're thinking, being self-aware of what you're doing around your kids, and for you, and just build a better relationship with yourself and your future with your children. I think we will heal a generation of pain, a generation of kids growing up having more empathy for themselves, being kind to themselves versus just stuffing down their emotion. And I think kids will be rising up to a better world, a better world to take care of one another, to build community again, to have somewhat of like love, support from neighbors, from friends, and it all starts with you. So you are very powerful, and this is exactly why I wanted to have this platform. It's just to remind you of how powerful each and one of us are. what I'm doing is I'm doing my part to share my message about things that we all can relate, things that are relatable in real life. And so can you. And all starts at home. So you don't have to be this big, powerful person, politician, celebrity to do that. Your kid look at you, you're the celebrity to them. You're the star. So please teaches them that they are powerful, little powerful human being too, and they look up to you so much. So just give them something they can look forward to, and that they can have a bright, future, or just bright, um, self-loving energy towards who they want to be, who they want to become. And we, uh, as caretaker and parents, we're just there to support them and love them in every way. All right. Well, please drop me a comment if you have any great ideas. Please share me your story about this topic. I would love to know about you. And again, if you would like to be on this amazing platform called I Am Powerful Movement, don't hesitate to call me, message me, email me. I would love to get a chance to meet you and get to know your story. And let's chat. Let's chat over online. That's all it is. Having a little meet my new friend coffee talk online. I won't bite. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for your time. I look forward to many more videos to be connecting with you all. Um, I really love doing this, and I'm doing my best to get into it as we go. Time is just, oof, please slow down. Sometimes I just want to be in the moment, of things, and I'm just like, I don't want to be detox all social media, all technology. I just want to finish my work and tasks. My lights went out. Hold on. Well, I guess that's called it a night. I'll see you next time. Love you all. Take care. Bye for now. You are powerful. Don't ever forget that. Yay.